Hello everybody. This was obviously a rock guitar as you know it from a sound. Today we're going to be talking about amplifying things to 11 and how artificial intelligence can actually learn from overdriven and distorted guitars. Now, as I said, the guitar you just heard was a classic rock guitar. A guitar by itself doesn't really sound like that. A guitar has a standard sine wave which looks like that, and if I show you what the guitar sounds like, it's more like this. This is a sound that comes from the strings through the pickups. Not as nice as the other one, right? Now, what happened and why do we nowadays know these kind of guitar sounds? Well, sometime in the 50s, there was a problem with electronic devices in a recording studio. Someone broke an amplifier, and it turned out that the blue sine wave that you're seeing ended up being overdriven, which ends up being something like this orange sound wave that you see here, and this is called clipping or rectifying, and this is what it looks like when you play a distorted sound with a guitar. As humans, we perceive this as crackling noise or, well, distortion. Now, the moment this happened in that recording studio, everyone was aware of the fact that A, something is broken, B, this is bad, and C, we have to do it all over again. Lucky for all of us, there was at least one person in the room that was like, yeah, this sounds broken, but let's experiment with that. This is a new opportunity. We've never had this kind of sound. Is it good? Is it bad? Hard to tell. Let's play with it. And that's exactly what happened. And now we all know these kind of guitar sounds. This is very much the same with artificial intelligence today. There's a lot of stuff we have. There's a lot of stuff we can do. But many, many people are still saying, I like this old sound so much better, though you've never tried the new sound. Right? And this is where we're here. And this is what I'm trying to encourage you. And as the TEDx talks here say, you want to drive this over the edge and clip it. And every once in a while, this might be a good thing. Now, what happened after this sound was discovered, there have been a whole bunch of guitar heroes that span up in the decades following that discovery of this kind of sound. Right? And those who discovered it didn't make it big, but others made it big and worked with it. And this is why you guys are here today, because, again, AI is at a starting stage. And there might be people in the room that can bring it to the guitar hero stage in terms of like being actual use cases for artificial intelligence. Those overdriven sounds are everywhere today. Doesn't matter what kind of music you like, rock, pop, R&B, rap, techno. When you listen to some music after these TED Talks tonight or maybe tomorrow, try to hear which part of the music is distorted and overdriven, and then take this part of the music out. And you'll realize most of the songs are gone. Because a lot of stuff is distorted. Drums, guitars, voices, doesn't matter what. Right? So you can take this technology and do something with it. Looking at this picture of all these guitar heroes, yes, there's one thing we can definitely argue about. They definitely lack diversity, which, again, is a problem we have in artificial intelligence as well. We need more women to help us do a proper job in this area. Right? So I encourage every woman here in the audience, help us get artificial intelligence to where it needs to be. So AI is nothing but an amplifier, not for a guitar, but rather for your brain and for your thoughts. And if you're acting, on a scale from 0 to 10 in your daily life, on a good day, you're producing stuff that's somewhere close to 8, 9. On a bad day, you might end up with something that's rather a 3 or a 4. What I'm trying to tell you is using artificial intelligence can actually get you to 11. It's one more, or one louder. And yes, I am referring to the movie This is Spinal Tap, where it's about making guitars one louder. But doing this is something that the tech industry likes to do a lot, pushing things over the cliff and going one more. And this is why we're here today, to do this. Fun fact, who in the audience has an Amazon Alexa device? Just raise up your hands. That's more than half of you. When you tell that device to put the volume to 14 Alexa will tell you that you can only set the volume from a scale from 0 to 10, the white line. I ask you, when you go home to your Alexa device, ask it and put the volume to 11. It will actually do that because 11 is the loudest an Alexa device gets. Not 12, no, 11, but 11 will work. And until today, pretty much all of you, I'm guessing, have limited your loudness on your Alexa devices to 10 because you didn't know better. Now you know it's 11. It's the same with your life and it's the same with AI. That one more is possible. Just ask for it and do it. The issue we have with AI is that a lot of times people want to build better humans. And as Alan Turing said 70 years ago, that's 7-0, we should not compare humans and machines. There's stuff we humans are good at and there's stuff machines are good at. And if we work together, this is where the magic happens. And if we all agree on that, the big question I have for everyone here in the audience and on the screens, what stops you from starting with that kind of technology? Think about it. And yes, some of you might say, well, you know, there are rules, and rules are sometimes set from someone outside, and sometimes you set your own rules. The greatest achievements of mankind have been done by people who either didn't really know the rules or found some way around them and built something new. I encourage all of you to do that. And yes, our industry is at fault as well. There were a lot of promises that our industry made that have not been kept. In 2017, Elon said by 2019 we can all sleep in cars and cars will be driving around autonomously. Didn't really happen, did it? Talking about autonomous driving, there have been so many companies that did this in the past 10 years, most of which are gone, ran out of money. There's like 1.5 left. This is the half Cruise. They have some issues right now because turns out some of their cars did not drive autonomously, rather that parts of when they were driving in San Francisco was actual humans remote controlling those vehicles. And that was a big outcry, like, wow, they're saying they do autonomous cars and now they do this, partially at least. And I said, where is the problem? This is actually a good thing that machines and humans are working together. Yes, as you can see in the statement, it's kind of getting blurry where you say, oh, this is something that's supposedly from a human, turns out a machine did it. This is something that a machine does, turns out a human did it. It's fuzzy and it's blurry, that line, but it's not a bad thing. Let's augment each other. Not just AI augment as humans, we humans can augment AI, right? We're both not perfect. The single most biggest issue we have, of not being able to get with that technology where it's supposed to be, is that we're having a hard time trying out new things. This does not seem to be a typical human trait, right? And I don't know if you have a feeling for it, but just give me a number. How many years do you think are between those two pictures? Just shout out a number. 120, 100 ideas? Just give me a number. 50, what, 800? 200, okay. Well, turns out it's 26 years because this is the very same train conductor. What I'm trying to say here is you can go from the Rolodex to the smartphone. You do not have to introduce a fax machine in between. Just skip that step and say, oh, this is where we are. Let's keep going. Okay, embrace technology. As I said, I am not a doomer when it comes to artificial intelligence, but again, humans tend to be. We have a track record, which you can check out on the Pessimist Archive, of discussing things that are bad for society, that are actually evil. I can mention some of which we've been debating in the last 120 years. Evil things for humans: fridges, mirrors, bicycles, super evil, jazz music. And I'm not even mentioning the usual suspects, right? Like cars, moon landings, and radio waves that are going to kill us all. Right? So, and none of these technologies rip the fabric of society apart, even though humans thought that. Turns out it wasn't that bad. Now, when we go with this and understand that the challenge or the chances are way bigger than the potential risks, there's still some things we need to remember when working with artificial intelligence. If we embrace AI, we got to keep in mind an important fact, and Steven Pinker put that in his first rule of AI, where it said the hard problems are easy. The hard problems for us humans, like reading a 1,000-page document in 10 seconds. That's the things machines are very good at. The easy problems, and if it's just finding the fridge and getting a drink, robots can't do that yet properly, right? You all have robots, and best case, they can kind of clean up the floor or not. So, computers and brains are very, very, very different. I'm going to make a little game with you now. I'm going to show you a picture I drew. I'm very good at drawing, you'll see. And then I'm going to show you another picture, and you just shout out what you think it is, okay? Let's keep this interactive. So this here is obviously a picture of a car. And my question is, what do you think this is? Just let me know. A lorry? I'd agree with that. Was that a car with a trailer? Did someone say that? Both options are okay. Again, if you're human, you won't have a problem with that. Next picture, what do you think this is? Train. Yeah. Traffic jam works as well. Both, okay, good. Now let's do something machines are notoriously bad at, is changing context. Super easy for humans. I drew a picture. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to tell you what it is. And then you tell me what you think the next picture is. You guys ready? This is a table. There's 2 people sitting at it. My question is, what do you think this is? 2 tables, yes. Those of you who are thinking truck, you might be an android. And obviously, this is the very same picture, yes? Try that with the largest models out there right now. They will probably not get the first analogy. They definitely go completely rogue with the second. This is not a trait that machines are good at as of right now because they understand the world differently than we humans work. Right? We work in terms of concepts and understanding how things belong together. We don't work on next work prediction. Now, how do these systems actually work? Everyone is talking about prompting and setting the right context. Well, let's prompt you guys here in the audience. Boom. I just prompted you. Everyone in the audience knows the next word. I didn't tell you that. Why do you know that next word? It's not a mathematical function. It's not a law of nature. No, you've heard this song so often that essentially you just know how it continues. I did not just prompt you. I actually primed you because whether you want to or not, you do have a melody in your head. Now let's take that to our advantage. I'm going to play a couple more songs. I start singing and playing the song, and you, as loud as you can, continue singing that song. Can we do that? Okay, we're going to start with one. Okay, hold on. You might know this one. I just called to say I love you. This is also great if you give a talk. It's perfect. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's take this up a notch. Different song. A little different. Again, if you know the lyrics, sing with me. No sleep till. No sleep till Brooklyn. The guys left down there? Yes, that's correct. Sorry, got carried away here. Brooklyn is the right answer. Most of you didn't know. It's from the Beastie Boys. And the trick here and what happened is, and this is what AIs can do. As humans, we knew, okay, I got a melody, I got a text. And you could have said, no sleep till tomorrow, no sleep till I leave this room, whatever else. Or this is what an AI would do. As humans, you were like, I don't know that song. I don't know the lyrics. I'd rather shut up. Which is a good way. And again, this is where you can help these systems and help them to do the things, right? This is perfect. Now, when it comes to that, as you can see, there's just differences between us and machines. There are obviously many, many, many statistics that show us so much of stuff we can do, but it actually shows us so little. Why? Well, what I encourage you to do is challenge the status quo of what you're doing today. We need to democratize artificial intelligence, and most importantly, we all need to start playing with that kind of technology. It's vital to understand where this tech can help us and where it's probably neither necessary nor helpful. And for instance, the AI that was magic in 2022, and you all know this kind of AI, That now runs on your desktop computers and soon on your phones. A lot of people cannot fathom what that means, and they cannot judge that. And let's please change that by using and playing with that technology to get a feeling for it. So in summary, when it comes to artificial intelligence, and probably your life, it's on us to make this a rock show. Don't stay down there, look up there. No, 3D print that guitar over Christmas and go on stage and tell people about artificial intelligence, use it and play with it. And I'm going to leave you with one more quote from a song. Please always keep an open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. Thank you.